Welcome to the Love Seat podcast. Ladies, it's time to talk about love, life, and everything in between. Get ready for transparency, inspiring stories, expert advice, and exclusive interviews. This is the Love Seat podcast.
Well, great evening to everyone, and welcome to the Love Seat podcast. I am your host, Corinda Dion, and I am so happy that my co-hosts are here tonight. We have a wonderful show for you. We've got our hearts up tonight, so definitely want to give much love. Coach Pam, our co-host, is here tonight. I'm so glad that she's here. Andrea, our other co-host, is here tonight. So glad that you all are here. Oh my gosh, ladies, it feels like we just had a show and we're back again. So how's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
Good. Listen, I'm trying to fix this top. This is what I get for trying to be cute. You try to be cute, you got to watch that. I'm glad you ladies are doing well. Listen, we want to just thank you all for tuning in to the Love Seat podcast. Here on the Love Seat podcast, we talk about love, life, and everything in between. And we are all about making sure you keep your heart up. And so tonight, we are putting our hearts up and sending love to one of our co-hosts who is not able to join us tonight, Rose Sakante. We are sending you love. Rose, her mother-in-law transitioned and passed away, and so she is with family and with hubby and planning the celebration of life for her beloved mother-in-law. And so we just want you to know, Rose, you are already missed. You are already missed for tonight. So we definitely are sending love your way. We also want to send love to Nashville, Tennessee. Many of you have already heard on the news today of the tragic mass shooting that took place at a school in Nashville, Tennessee, where 6 lives were taken tragically, 3 children and 3 adults. And so I don't know how you all feel about it, but something has to be done regarding gun laws. As I was listening to CNN before we started our show tonight, it stated that this individual had 3 guns, a rifle, a pistol, and a handgun. And so something's got to change. We cannot keep going in this direction. And I think, Coach Pam, you even said last week there was a mass shooting was it in Texas?
Yes, Arlington, Texas. Yes.
Wow. Was that near where you live?
Yes. Maybe about 15 minutes from me.
Wow. Yeah, something definitely has to change. Definitely praying for those families who are grieving. And grief is real.
It's real.
It is a beast. It is a monster. And we definitely want to keep those families in prayer. And as many of us are stating, and as I'm hearing even on CNN and other news stations, something has got to change. It has to change. Yes. So hopefully something will change very, very soon because this is just tragic, very, very tragic. But moving on, ladies, as we kind of lighten up the mood a little bit, here on the Love Seat podcast, we like to share special moments and things that happen in our lives with you. We are about transparency. We are about showing and sharing love with you. And so we've got some things that are happening in our families. And so we first want to give some love and shout out Andrea, co-host Andrea. She just celebrated a wedding anniversary. Is that right?
Yes, we did.
Oh my goodness. Yay. Oh my gosh. Love it. Listen, if you all are not following Andrea on social media, you really need to. When I tell you, her and her husband, they are the cutest, adorable. I mean, you can tell they are in love. Like, please follow. Please be sure to follow her. She really honors and respects her husband, talks so well of him and their marriage and their children. And that's why we love her here on the Love Seat podcast, because she talks about family, and she talks about nurturing and children, and she talks about bedroom things too. I just in case, we have a young person listening. I was trying to figure out what I was going to say, but she talks about those things that matter that grown up married folks do. So I'm just saying, Andrea, much love. Happy anniversary to you.
Thank you.
How many years again?
23 years, y'all. 23 years.
So did you all do anything super, like, was it anything that you all did this particular year?
So since COVID has happened, we haven't really been on a trip together. And my husband's like, well, what do you want to do this year? And I was like, I want to go somewhere. So we decided to go to LA, California.
Oh.
And we went to the beach. It was a little cold, but it was good to see the beach. We went to the mountains. They had a museum up on top of the mountains. We went to see Angela Johnson for a comedy show. Like, we just laughed, and of course our time was all off.
I'm sure.
But like normally it would be midnight. But back at home, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But we were still like hanging out like we were young.
Yeah. That's good, because listen,
y'all are young. Yeah.
Y'all young.
Yeah.
Well, when you get together 23 years, my husband's like, man, we getting old. Like I've known him since I was 15.
Wow.
So yeah. So that's why we'd be like, oh, we're not as young.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, we are absolutely sending love.
Yes.
To your hubby in 23 years. He's awesome, and so glad you shared that with us. And also, Coach Pam and I, Ron, please forgive me. Ron is our producer. Much love to Ron, because listen, he flows with me, I tell you. But I kind of messed up our lineup, but it's all good. I definitely want to highlight Coach Pam and I had the awesome opportunity. We met in Atlanta for the Own Your Own conference. And Coach Pam, wasn't it awesome being there with Alyssa and all the other life coaches?
Yes, it's very awesome to meet all the different coaches from different places around the country.
Yes. And Alyssa had some phenomenal speakers, definitely shouting out Own Your Own. Much love to Alyssa and all that she does in helping to equip life coaches, taking your business to the next level, what it takes to get you there, and being able to do that successfully, and networking, being able to connect and network with others as you grow your business. So it was just great to be live and to be present, to just feel that energy, and so I'm telling you, Coach Pam, I don't know what she's going to do next year, but that was really, really good.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. So definitely check out Own Your Own on social media. If you're thinking about becoming a life coach, definitely check out her services and what she has to offer. It's a great resource. So, ladies, we talked about family, and Coach Pam, our next show, I can't wait to see some pics of your new grandbaby. But I'm excited because I am an auntie again. Oh my gosh. Now, technically, I am a great aunt. Okay, but y'all never hear me say that. I am just auntie, right? Yes. So this is Tesfa, and she is here, and she was born on my grandmother's and her great grandmother's 91st birthday, 91 years old. So she was born the same day that my grandmother celebrated her 91st birthday. And so Tesfa means hope. And so I just can't wait to see her. They are in Danville, Virginia, so a little bit up the road, but I'm coming. I am coming because I've got some kisses and some hugs for Tesfa. I cannot wait. So, Coach Pam, listen, you got to bring these baby pics on for our next show so we can see that pretty grandbaby of yours.
Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, ladies, can you believe that spring is here?
Yes.
Finally.
Coach Pam, I feel like you. Finally, because that winter was rough.
Crazy. Yes.
Just saying, winter was a little rough, but we're grateful. We're grateful.
Yes, we are.
We will not murmur or complain. We will give
Oh,
thanks in all things. Amen.
yes. Yes. It
But
just needs to stop storming. So, because it's
I know
storming
the
now. I hope
storming.
the internet don't go out. It's storming.
Oh gosh, Coach Pam, I hope not. But if it does,
Okay.
hope we know that what's going on, and so we hope that
Yes.
everything is good as you are there in Texas. But yeah, the weather, the temperatures are kind of up and down. But I'm so
Yes.
glad spring is here. Spring is my favorite time of the year. But we spring forward. So my question to you, ladies, tonight is, how are you springing forward? How are you springing forward in this season? So, Coach Pam, what you got for us?
I'm springing forward by getting more out of my comfort zone, trying new things. Maybe
I like it.
they could be little or big. It don't matter. Just some different, some new.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
to
yeah,
grow and enjoy my life more. Like
yeah.
even if it be a new park or a new cafe or new coffee, a new recipe, or even a trip.
Mm.
I love to travel, a new adventure on traveling.
Yeah, I love it. And speaking of new, you shared with me that you recently actually did a speaking engagement as well.
Yes, I did a speaking of engagement at a friend church. So yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. You want to tell us more about that? How did that go? What did you talk about?
I talked about what I'm talking about today.
Okay, that's
Kindness,
good.
kindness,
Kindness, yeah.
showing more love towards each other.
That's
Yes.
good. That's good. But that was something new for you,
Some,
right? In that
yes,
arena
it
of
was.
speaking. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
How did that feel doing something new?
It got me out of my comfort zone.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Some new, I'll put it like this, some new since I've been old and mature. A
yeah.
lot of us did stuff a long time ago, maybe at our churches and stuff. But,
Hmm.
as you go through life, changes, it's almost like you're starting over again.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
might have done it when you was young, a youth or whatever, or a young person at 20, 19, 18. But, as you get mature, sometimes you forget that some of the stuff you used to do. So it's kind
Yeah.
of like a reset, starting over.
Mm, that's good. I like that, Coach Pam. I got to give you some love on that. I got to give you some love on that. That is so true. Andrea, how are you springing forward? What are you doing?
My biggest thing is I want to travel more. So, a blessing from God is my husband is working at American Airlines,
Wow.
free flying, which is why we went to California.
Okay.
So we're planning some trips, like to Puerto Rico, going back to
Mm.
California because I had so much fun. I was like, babes, we gotta go in
Yeah.
and a girls trip. So I felt like I haven't done that a lot lately.
Mm.
So that's my biggest thing, and journaling and looking up,
Mm.
just concentrating on one Bible verse at a time. So those are some what I'm springing forward this year.
I love it. That's good. That's good stuff. Um, I'm gonna be very transparent in this moment when we're talking about springing forward. One of the things that I am doing is really getting back into ministry. I've been licensed and preaching for, I don't know, at least over 14, 15 years. And I've done a lot of things. I have started a lot of things. I have tested the waters in a lot of areas. But God spoke to me and said, it's really time for you to get back, preaching more, serving more, doing things ministry wise. And so I'm springing forward in obedience. So I'm excited about it. One of the things that I'm going to start along with my spiritual mom, it's going to be a talk called Preacher Girls, to help women who have a calling, who have either already accepted their calling or in that process, but helping them to really receive that, walk in that, how to stay encouraged when you are disappointed or when you are facing rejection, how to prepare sermons, how to, just be your best for God, how to stand strong, even if you're rejected by people in ministry or even family and friends. So I'm excited about this, and it's time. And so that's how I'm springing forward. We are definitely going to get much, much more involved in ministry. So,
Sound
yeah.
good.
Well, congrats, because you do an awesome job in that area. So you need to.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
We're
And
doing
so I want to, really encourage our listeners, and thank you for joining into the Love Seat podcast. We're so happy you joined us tonight, and we're talking about how are you springing forward in this season. So, in whatever capacity that is for you, what we want to make sure you do is do it, and do it with everything that you have. A recent devotion I read talked about know who you are in 2023. Like, know who you are. And if you have a talent or a gift, or if you've been called into ministry, or whatever that capacity is, take it seriously. Take it seriously. So as you spring forward, take seriously what's next. Can I say that? Take seriously what's next. So put in the work. Don't shortcut it. Put in the work. Do what you need to do. Stay focused on your assignment. Believe that regardless of what it looks like, this is what you have been called and chosen to do, and do it well. Do it well. Okay. So I'm like, I don't know. I just went way. But it's all good. That was for somebody. I don't know who that was for, but that was for somebody. So I am really encouraged. So please stay tuned for what's happening on that spectrum of ministry. Stay tuned for Preacher Girls. Stay tuned for just the doors and things that will happen. And be sure to support, as all of us, as Coach Pam, as Andrea, even as Rose, in her absence, and myself, as we go forward. And we want to support you in your springing forward. So be sure to share with us what you're doing and how you're doing it, and how you are going to do it well. So we're looking forward to that. Now, April Fools is coming. And, I'm not that big on April Fools. I'm actually getting ready to be back on the CW and on this coming Friday. And we're going to be talking about April Fools and how to kind of prepare. So Joe Duncan and I are going to be doing that. But I'm not big on April Fools, but we have a co-host. I'm just saying, y'all. We have a co-host that is like the queen of April Fools pranks and jokes. And so, who do y'all think it is? Do you think it's Coach Pam? Do you think it's Rose? Do you think it's Andrea? Well, with the queen of April Fools jokes and pranks, would you just put your heart up for a minute so we can know who you are? I'm just saying. Andrea, oh my gosh. Okay, so you gotta tell our audience, like, just some of the stuff that you've done. It's hilarious.
I just think, Coach Pam talked about we need to have laughter, right? And so there are little things I've done. They're not like big or anything, but I used to be a teacher, and I used to teach 5-year-olds. So pre-K or kindergarten was my age group. And so they came into school, and every day they drink milk, whatever they were drinking. I put it in the freezer, froze it, brought it to them, sat it there with their lunch. And they were like, "What is wrong, Miss Hayes, with my milk? I can't get it out." And they're just like, one of the little kids like, "This is wrong. This is wrong." And I was just busted out laughing. Me and my coworker, we were just dying. We were like, "Gotcha, April Fool's joke." And they were like, "Oh, we got to get you back, Miss Hayes." So I've done that.
Oh, wow. I love it.
I've tricked my mom with my oldest.
Oh.
He was due around April 10th. But April 1st, I called her up and was like, and you know, I planned doing it natural, and I was crying a little bit. And she was like, she calls me Angie. She's like, Angie, I need to get up there. I got my bag packed. I'm coming. So I kind of waited a little bit and I called her back and was like, Mom, I'm good. I'm not in labor. She was like, that's just wrong. You shouldn't do that to me. I'm happy about being a grandma. So
OMG.
I have one plan for
you got one plan. See, I told y'all she was the queen. So you got one plan.
Yeah.
See, okay. Can you tell us, or is it a secret?
So it's not really going to be on April Fool's Day because I can't get all my friends together in the middle of the week. But I want to call all my friends and get their husbands, and all of us go on a date, and they wear the same shirt. They don't know they're gonna be wearing the same shirt, and they're gonna be looking around like, what in the world is going on? So I saw it on a video on Instagram, and I was just dying out laughing. And I told all my friends, you got to bring an extra shirt because we don't know how the husband's gonna feel. I think they would laugh about having the same shirt on.
That's cute. I love the idea. You got to take a picture. Yeah, Coach Pam, that's good, right?
That's good. That's good.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, you are the queen. I mean, we're gonna look to you for some ideas, for a good laugh. I mean, I love it. But April Fool's is coming, so you know, for those of you who are big on pranking and joking, let us know. You know, if you got something that was really good this April Fool's, we want to hear from you. Would love to showcase that on our next show. So please be sure to make sure you contact us. Send us that information. We would love to hear what you're up to. And did it work? Did it work? I'm just saying. Yeah. Coach Pam, if your child called you and faked labor, how would you have responded to that?
I would have reacted. What? I would have been mad. I got all excited and everything, and all of a sudden, what?
And no baby.
No baby.
Andrew, was your mother mad?
She was. I was like, Mom, it's just, look, the baby's coming. He's gonna come. And she was just like, you know, I'm ready to be a grandma. And she just had it. She loved, I want to rub the belly one more time. And, you know, before he came, because she was spoiling me while I was pregnant.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. I love it. Well, you know, keep us posted, audience. Thank you again for tuning into the Love Seat podcast. I am your host, Corinna Dion. I am here with my beautiful, wonderful, talented, gifted co-hosts, Coach Pam and Andrea Hayes. They are here with us tonight. We are missing our beloved Rose Sacante, but we are sending her love in her absence. And so this is great stuff tonight. Before we go into our Love It or Leave It, I think we've got a conference. So it's a women's conference coming up. I do want to share with everyone. It will be April the 22nd, Saturday, April the 22nd. And it will be in the High Point, North Carolina area. So if you are in that area, or if it's not far for you to travel, or if you enjoy traveling and you want to travel and come on to High Point and meet myself along with some other phenomenal women who will be speaking, I will be talking about confidence at this particular conference. And so it's going to be great. You can go on Eventbrite to register for the conference. Again, April the 22nd from 9 until 4 p.m. And I do believe food will be served. So, you know, get some good word, laughter, and some good food. So super excited about that. So be sure to register for that. Ladies, it's time for our Love It or Leave It segment. And we got a good one tonight. Oh my gosh. And I'm hoping that our listeners will chime in as well, or give us feedback on this. But our Love It or Leave It segment, if you are new to the Love Seat podcast, we pose a question. And if we love it, we keep our hearts up. And if we don't love it, we keep our hearts down. Now, this is the great thing that I love about the Love It or Leave It segment, is because we, as your co-host and as co-host and as myself as the host, we don't talk about if we love it or leave it beforehand. Like, we're finding this out in the present live moment that we're in with you. Okay. So we're not discussing our how we feel or if we do or if we don't. So that's what I love about the segment, because we can get that like at hand information like, oh, really? That's how you feel about that? So for our Love It or Leave It segment, ladies, are you ready?
Yes.
It's good tonight. So the question is, should you kiss on a first date? So if you love it, put your heart up. If you don't love it, keep your heart down. Should you kiss on a first date? Wait, so I got a full heart. Andrea's got half of a heart. Got a half of, I mean, it was a half of something going on. And Coach Pam is like, no love. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. All right, so Coach Pam, you had no love. So tell us why you kept your heart down. No kissing on the first date for you.
I don't think I have enough information on the person after the first date.
Okay.
So I probably, still had other questions I needed to ask when the date ended.
Yeah.
So I would rather keep him be like a Wonder Woman and keep him wondering. And just believing I'll have a second date to continue.
Okay. So I'm feeling that, and listen, look at me. Minister Corinda got the heart up, talking about kissing on the first. Lord Jesus. Don't y'all judge me. Don't y'all. Okay, so let me go last. Lord have mercy. I need to go repent at the altar. All right, Andrea, you had a half of a heart. So tell me what you're thinking.
I really think it's just based on that chemistry,
Mm-hmm.
It just it's some people you go on a date and you don't mesh well together.
Yeah.
And then some people like you connect.
Yes.
And that's where I draw the line. We ain't going past kissing for
right.
But I mean, you have to. I do believe you have to live in the moment. Live in the moment, but be reasonable. So I don't want to be like, no, you're gonna know if I want to kiss you or not. So I just think it depends on that situation and the type of mood, because some people just vibe really, really well together and they're okay. And if both people are fine with kissing, the signals.
Yeah.
Then I say go ahead, live in the moment.
I feel you. Okay, so let me ask you all this before I get my little 2 cents here. Have any of ever kissed on a first date before? Lord have mercy. Let me go.
Probably, yeah. I'm pretty sure I have, but time goes by, look at things different.
Y'all leaving me out here.
I'm sure I have, but
in these love seats
long time ago. I'm sure I have, but as you get older, sometimes you do things different.
Yeah, that's true. Andrea, you've never kissed on a first date?
They end up being my friend.
Yeah.
And so it's really like, oh, I kind of know you. And then we got to confirm, like, this is a date because we've been friends. Like, I'm really big on I need to be friends with that person.
Right.
And then when we go on the first date, it probably is the first date. It doesn't feel like a first date to me because I hung out with that person before.
Yeah.
And then, end up kissing. So that's a long time ago.
Like, that's what I'm saying, long time ago.
Okay, so that's how I'm going to preface it, long time ago. But here's the thing. I do agree. I agree with both of you. I do agree that it's important to have conversation. You want to get to know a person and you don't want to mislead. But however, I do believe that we as women, we know if we're interested or if we would consider kissing this. I believe that. I believe that we know that. We know we're going to be bothered if we even going to give him a second date, if we even going to call him after the date. Like, we know these things, right? Mm-hmm. So now I'm not saying to have a long, one of them kind of kisses, but a little peck. I think that's okay if the chemistry's there, if it's flowing, if you feel like it was a good night, you're gonna leave him at, He'll stay. He's not coming upstairs and all of that stuff. But I think it's okay to kiss on the first date if it's all good.
If it feel right.
If it feel right.
Okay, I got another question.
Yeah.
A little topic. So, how many times should you go on a date with a person to decide if you really like them or not? Because first impressions is not always, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you give the man another shot, another chance, or you just like, I'm done?
That's true.
That depends.
Yeah, that depends. I would say this now. Okay, y'all really gonna think I'm crazy, but I would say this. Before you maybe decide if you're gonna kiss on this first date, I'm gonna answer your question, Andrea, in a minute. You might want to do a background check first because you could be. I'm just saying, we just living in different times.
Yeah,
and people will say one thing and is not the truth. Okay, and so you'll be caught up in some craziness. Believe me, I know. So if you're having conversations, things are building, you're talking, you're getting ready for a first date. If you think you kind of might be liking this person even before you have the date, you may want to do a little background check. and if everything is good and it flows well, okay, cool. If it happens, so be it. Now, Andrea, to answer your question, if you don't kiss on the first date, like how many times? I would say, I feel like by the second or third date, I feel like, what do you think, Coach Pam?
Yeah.
Like third date?
Yeah. I'll probably have enough info by then.
Yeah.
ask enough questions, and the questions sound decent, and where you from, or kind of like a little background on you. You just pop up in my city, and are you from another country? It's craziness out here.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's true. You got to be mindful. You got to be careful. It's not the same as it was when, years ago.
But you could have two wives over in another country. So
they could. So true. So you got to be careful. So, I think that at the end of the day, we need to be mindful. We need to be careful. We don't want to be reckless. We don't want to be naive, and we want to be smart and wise. So use good wisdom, use good judgment, do your homework, But hey, you heard it from us. Hands, hearts down, hearts up, half of a heart. How do you feel? Should you kiss on the first date or not? Let us know what you're thinking, and we will talk about what you said on our next show. Ladies, oh my gosh, we've got to get into our segments, but I wanted to ask this quick question. A lot has changed since COVID, and some things have just not been the same since COVID, right? So really quick, since COVID, what has not been the same for you? Like, is there anything that sticks out for you?
Going to restaurants, and it's very slow service, and I guess they're cooks. I guess due to labor shortages.
Yes,
you gotta wait, and even on handling your business on the phone, you got to be on hold for a long time. And then sometimes it's like, we'll call you back. Because you're on hold 30 minutes. So I think all it is from labor shortages. A lot of people aren't working no more. Yeah,
Coach Pam, I agree. My response is going to be just service and just kind of the lack of quality service. Like it's just not the same anymore. Some people are just wanting a warm body, but it says a lot when people still say thank you and you're welcome and hello and thank you for shopping with us or thank you for spending time with whatever the case might be. But it's just service has declined since COVID for sure. Yeah. Andrea, what would you say?
I agree totally with that. People don't want to work hard anymore.
Yeah.
They got a taste of staying at home.
Yeah.
And working from home. And it's like they don't they want it simple, basic.
Yeah.
You want me to do what? It's like this is your job.
Right.
You need to work.
Yes.
I'm not asking you to do something wrong.
Yeah, really.
So
That's
I'm
true.
noticing that a lot, that people don't want to work as hard.
Yeah.
But the good thing is a lot of people are doing entrepreneurship, like just flowing in different things,
Yeah.
really finding themselves.
Yeah.
But I'm still reminding people, like, look, whatever you do, do your best in it.
Mm-hmm.
Put quality work into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, God will bless you. If you take care of this right here, then he'll bless you with more. So that's kind of my message.
Yeah, I agree with you.
To people, and just pushing these young people to another level.
Mm-hmm.
It's you got to really encourage them to be motivated.
Yeah.
They're not motivated, you're going to see like, oh, I'm chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's true. That
That's
is
good.
true. Yeah, absolutely. But definitely it has changed since COVID. And so we'll be talking more about that as things have changed, and some things have not been the same since. But moving on, before we get into Coach Pam's segment, and I know she has something great for us, I'm going to fix my lighting a little bit. I want to quickly announce a new initiative that has launched. And if you are interested, please definitely reach out to me. There is a new affiliates program that has launched with Corinda Dion LLC. It's designed to connect women in business and ministry to a global audience. There are discounts available to new partners until the end of this year, which is great. And there are 3 levels of affiliate options available. And all of this can be found on my website at corindadion.com /affiliates. So please check out corindadion.com. Read more information about the affiliates program. There are some great perks, great perks in partnering together so that we can grow our business together and reach your target market and audience on a global level. So be sure to check that out as you are growing your business. I would love for us to partner together. Now, Coach Pam. Coach Pam is our health wellness coach, and she does a great job bringing segments each month to us that will challenge us mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. And I always get excited when it's time for Coach Pam to share with us what she is focusing in on and what she would like us to focus in on for this particular session and month. So, Coach Pam, what do you have for us tonight? I cannot wait.
I'm speaking on kindness. The meaning of kindness is the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. The Bible says to be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other as Christ have forgave you, in Ephesians 4:32. Most of us was taught as a child to be kind and treat others as we want to be treated. But somewhere we lost sight of it. Can you imagine if 8 billion people in the world would be kind, compassionate, and lift each other up? What kind of world would this be? It does not matter if you're wealthy, talented, gifted, or think you all that. How you treat people says it all about you. It is up to you to be the change you want to see in the world. Research has stated that a random act of kindness may boost energy and happiness, decrease stress, anxiety, and depression, help you have a more positive attitude, improve your sense of life satisfaction, lower your blood pressure, strengthen your heart, improve your mood and reduce pain, and strengthen your relationships. God extends kindness to us even when we don't deserve it. We are called to reflect God's kindness regardless of how others respond. Take time to think. Who do you know suffering from a heartbreak or job loss? Who do you know is going through sickness or grief? Have you noticed your friend, family, or neighbor need encouragement or prayer? Who are you kind to today? Or who do you plan on being kind to tomorrow? Think of all the times others was kind to you. How did it make you feel? How about putting kindness on your to-do list? Remember, it's not all about you, boo. Here's some suggestions on being kind. Give a smile or compliment. Donate clothes to a shelter. Volunteer at a soup kitchen. Be a listening ear. Donate toys to a kid charity. Or pray for someone that's going through some life challenges, such as some trauma and drama. You may be the light to someone, you may be the answer to someone's prayer and help others see the light of Christ. This also can help people on their life journey to fulfill their purpose. One of Maya Angelou quotes says, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Thanks for listening.
Ooh, Coach Pam. That was good. Yeah. Kindness is so important. Kindness, to me, it's on the same level of peace. Like one thing that's it's not negotiable for me is peace. Like I'm going to have peace. Right. So, and I see kindness right there aligned with peace, because it's hard to have peace when there's not kindness, or when kindness is lacking, whether if you're the giver or the receiver. So that is powerful. And you gave some great tips to remind us ways in which we can be kind to one another, which is so important. Andrea, did you have anything you wanted to say about kindness?
What made me think about your messages, and we were talking about COVID, that a lot of people right now are going through storms, just different life lessons. And so if we could just bring some of that kindness with us, shine our light, do something just special for someone else, giving them a compliment or something, we really need to lift each other up. That's so important during these times, because that's what has changed. Is that we're going through more hard times, and kindness is one of the ways to lift our spirits up during this time.
Kindness, I like what you said. I agree with you that kindness is a lifter of spirits, right? So if you are needing your spirit to be lifted or made lighter, consider kindness, giving kindness, receiving kindness, but think about kindness, because it is a lifter of the spirit. I do agree with that. Coach Pam, that was really, really good. And as Andrea said, in the times that we're living and the things that we're going through, we cannot forget about kindness. Yeah, we cannot forget about kindness. I remember even growing up when I used to, take the bus, before I got grown and could, afford a car payment. But when the elderly or someone, that was like as a mother or a father, or grandmother, or grandfather would come on that bus, I would get up, and let them have my seat. And it's little things. It's just those little things that makes such a difference. Checking in on someone, taking the extra time to call, send that email, pick up the phone. And even as you said, Coach Pam, being that blessing to someone else, donating, volunteering, but being a lifter of someone else's heaviness. So thank you, Coach Pam. You always have something powerful for us. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was good. Andrea, listen, we missed you the last show. We know that you also had a death in your family. It was your uncle, I believe. And so we were sending you love as well. And I was telling the ladies, and the last show we were talking about love and relationships, and I said, "Oh my gosh, she would have loved." I mean, you would have just eaten that whole show up.
Yes,
it was so good. Yes. So you were missed. So I was just in anticipation on what you are going to share with us tonight in your segment. So what do you have for us tonight? Because I'm excited.
So I'm talking about marriage, and it's a tough topic. Respect my husband. So we know in the Bible it talks about respecting the husband, and then it talks about loving the wife. And those two areas are so hard for couples right now. So today I was going to focus on respecting our husbands and their positions. So some ways to do that is to be polite to your husband, not nagging him. When we ask for things, say please and thank you instead of saying, "Boy, give me that piece of paper over there." I want that piece of paper right now. No, like, can I have that, please? Do you mind passing the floor? Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Making sure we thank them. Number 2, compliment your husband. Say positive words to your husband. You never know. They might be at work having a hard day or just a tough day, and they need those positive words to lift them up, to encourage them, to build up that confidence in them as being a man. Because I've seen some men where if their wives are just speaking negative, you can see their whole demeanor just change. So it's important to say those positive, powerful words, because when you do that, it has your man to step up to another level. Number 3, involve him in decision making. That just shows that you care about what he thinks, what his judgment is, and have those good conversations. So it's important to see what he is thinking. Sometimes I'll call my husband, "Oh, I want to buy this rug." And he really don't care, but I'm like, "I want to know your opinion. Do you think this will look right in the house? Are you cool with it?" Just to hear his feedback. Number 4, support his ideas and his goals. Guys, I used to get in trouble with this one a little bit because not necessarily, my husband wasn't very goal oriented, and I was just like, "You need to do this. Do you see such and such? They're doing X, Y, and Z." And that really messed with his spirit. He's just like, "Why you gotta compare me?" And so one of his goals was he wanted to be in the military, he wanted to be a soldier, and for my selfish needs, I'm like, "No, you need to get out the military." But instead, I see how much that brings him honor to serve his country. So I had really had to think about still consider my feelings as well, but really compromising in that area. Celebrate their successes. Last year, my husband made it to the next rank for E7. That doesn't happen a lot for some people in the military. So I was just like, "We're going to have a cookout. I'm going to celebrate you." Even though my husband doesn't like a lot of attention, he was just like, it was just babes. It was so good to see everybody and get to be with his family and friends. That just brought him joy. Number 6, this one's tough. Accept your faults.
Ooh.
That was hard. So the month of January, I was fussing at my husband, and I thought I was right. And in some areas, I was correct. But at the same time, he was right as well. Neither one of us wrong. And so I just had to consider his feelings, his emotions, and like, okay, stop fighting. Sometimes it's okay not to be right all the time. Sometimes you gotta listen to the other person's feeling. And then another one, the last one I'm gonna leave you with, is be kind to his family and friends. That was very important that I was kind to his mom, his father. My mother-in-law is not here now, but my father-in-law, even though he's not my dad, I kind of check on him here and there. He said to me one day, "Oh, it'd be nice to see the family sometimes." So I planned a whole, dinner, even though it's not my side of the family, but it is my family. I own it. and I got the whole family together. He was like, well, you kind of forgot to tell me when we was going to do this. I was like, look, Daddy Hayes, I'm sorry, but I got everybody here and we going out to eat and you retired anyway. So, but it's important that I take that responsibility of showing love towards my husband, to his family, as well as his brothers and sisters. That's important. And he does the same thing for my family. So those are some tips on respecting your husband.
That's good.
Girl, it's good. It's always good. It's always good.
It is.
That was good. Coach Pam, did anything in particular stick out to you?
except your phone.
Help us, Lord. Help.
That can be a little challenging there.
Yeah.
Because you know, most of us think we are all right, and I think most of the time we are, but you know,
I know.
Sometimes you need to step back and think about it. Sometimes
that's true.
We have to control our tongue.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta show up. That one time I was like, okay. He was like, you're not talking to me. I was like, you don't want me to talk to you because I'll say some mean words.
Right.
So it's good for me to just be quiet. Let me and then let me calm down, then I can speak.
Yeah. I think, you know, Andrew, everything you said was good. And I think one thing that's super, super important is like, if you and your spouse, if you have a, how do I want to put it? If you have something that is a foundation for you all, like stick with it. Like, for instance, if you are determined, like, we are not going to go to bed angry, then even if you are really, really angry, right? But do your very best to try to adhere to that, you know. And I think, and I'll say this, you know, I know that I can be stubborn at times, and there are times too where that pride will rise up. You know, it's just like that pride is the woo. So you're right. We have to accept those faults. We have to be mature, right, and have that conversation, and be quick to, you know, if we need to apologize, do that. But yeah, that was good stuff. All of the points that you made were great. I do like you talking about being kind to, you know, family and friends and the extended family. I think that was really powerful too, as well as complimenting, you know, because men do like that. You know, I mean, sometimes we always look at it as, you know, compliment me, say something about me, but they want to hear, like, you know, they look handsome, they look sexy, or they, you know, their cologne, you know, smell good. Did I sound old saying cologne? Is that Lord have mercy, I said cologne. I feel so dated right now. I don't even know if that was the right. What are people saying? Is it cologne still?
I think so.
I say cologne.
Why that feels so dated to me? Like, that feels so old school. But anyway, they smelling good, you know, let them know, things like that. But Andrew, that was good stuff. It's good reminders. Because it does get rough. It does get hard.
Yes.
And you know, some days are harder than others, but it's important to keep that. And it goes back to what you said too, Coach Pam, talking about that kindness. Yeah.
It's easier to say it than walk through it, though.
It is. You know, you don't even compare notes. It just all kind of flow together there. So that's good.
I like one more thing you said. Don't compare yourself to other people. You know, them to other people. That's deep there, because a lot of people do. You know, a lot of us tempted to do that. Yes.
So you see, you know, that it appears, or says somebody else's husband's doing this or that, and then you're quick to say, that's true, that's good, not to compare your husband or your marriage to someone else's. So that's good stuff. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you.
Always good, girl.
Yeah, it's good.
Always good. And so, Andrea, you know, as we're getting ready to close our show, we're almost out of time, but we're never out of love. There are ways in which people can partner with us. And so can you just tell us really quickly just why people should partner with the Love Seat? What's so great about it?
So we have the Love Seat podcast. We would love for you to come on to hear. Maybe you want to advertise your business, a new product. This is a great way for you to come on the show. We had over 200 something people to view on a regular on our shows. So please join and sign up and get in contact with Corinda. She can help you, join our show.
Yes. Listen, yes, I can help you come on and do that interview. Do that interview, get that partnership. It's all good. This is good ground. So definitely be sure to reach out to us if you are a new business, if you want to showcase your service, your product, if you want to come on the show and talk about what you're doing. Share the love. People need to hear from you. So please do that. And so we want to hear from you. So be sure to contact me on Facebook, on Instagram. Also, you can email us at admin@corindadion.com as well. And we'll get you set up. We will get you set up. Andrea, you also have a love tip for us this evening. So what is our love tip before we close out this evening?
So just having some kind of wholeness within yourself. And what I mean is taking self-care, taking breaks, resting your body. It's one thing I do once a month where, guys, I stayed in my PJs and I relax. Make that couple time with your boo. Have time for your friends. Just because you're married or even if you're single, have those times where you can just go laugh with your girls, have a good time, because a man can't understand what it means to be a woman. So you need your girls time. And then, spend time with God, spend time with your children. So just organize. How are you going to do that? Put it on your calendar. How are you going to make time for yourself, for your loved ones? And I promise you, if you do that, you're going to feel fulfilled in life.
Absolutely. Good love tip. Listen, we're not going to leave you hanging here on the Love Seat podcast. I told you we might be out of time, but we are never out of love. And so we always end our show with a love tip for the evening, and definitely hope that you enjoyed that love tip. Spending time, prioritizing time, and making things happen. All in love. Oh my gosh. So we hope that you definitely take that seriously as you move forward in this week and in this new season and in this new month. So please do that. Ladies, listen, I am super, super excited because next month, our show in April is actually our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
I am so excited. I know you all excited. I cannot believe it's been a year that we have launched the Love Seat podcast. And gosh, that year, it just came so fast. And I am so excited for our show. Listeners, please be sure to save the date. Our next show will be April the 24th. Yes, April the 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be our 1 year celebration, and we are going to have a girls' night, like a girls' bash. I mean, we're just going to have a party. We are going to have a great show. It's going to be full of laughter, of fun, of transparency. So be sure to save the date. And listen, if you've been a fan of the Love Seat podcast, if you've been listening in, if you love us, we want to love you back and have you a part of the show. We want to invite you to come on to the Love Seat podcast for our 1 year celebration. Feel free to just tell us about yourself, what you love about the Love Seat podcast, what you love about you. And we're just going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. So listen, the invitation is out there. Yeah. Coach Pam, Andrea, you heard it, right?
Yes.
You heard it, right? From moi, the host, I have put the invitation out there.
Yes.
If you would like to be on this celebration of our 1 year podcast, be sure to contact us. If you can't reach me, reach Rose Sacante. If you can't reach Rose, reach Andrea. If you can't reach Andrea, reach Coach Pam. But we want you to be on the show with us April the 24th for our 1-year celebration. We want to show and share the love because we're going to have so much love to give. It's going to be a party. Okay, I'm just saying. We're going to be two-stepping in our chairs. You know, I don't know. We're going to have a good time. I told Ron, get some music together. We're going to try this thing out. So I'm excited. So definitely save the date for April the 24th for our 1-year celebration. So, ladies, what a great show tonight. Oh my gosh, you are the best co-host. It's been great. I'm sure that something has been said that truly has definitely been a blessing to our audience. Ron, thank you so much, our producer, for doing what you do best, keeping me on track and keeping us in line. And I know you're proud of us because we are closing out on time tonight. And Rose, as always, we are sending you love, 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 much, much love. We can't wait to have you back for our 1-year celebration. Listeners, our audience, our family and friends, again, we are out of time, but we are never out of love. Continue to love yourself unconditionally, freely, and fully. And until next time, keep your heart up. We love you.
Yes, love you.